if you want to help out the channel, you can head over to my Patreon, try to get yourself a mug, sticker, or tote bag. There are tier systems set up over there. I will put the link in the description, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any of my live streams. I do exclusive giveaways. You can try and get yourself a Zippo, and also I'll have a PayPal link in the description too if you want to donate to the channel that way. And if you want to get one of my custom Zippos, you can get your name and design on it, whatever you want. Just email me, or you can get yourself a Zippo Fanatic official t-shirt. Looks really nice with the gold. And back to the video. Alright everybody, I have another great video for you today. And if you've clicked on this video and you've decided to watch it, you're wondering yourself, should I buy a butane Zippo insert? And the answer is probably going to be yes. I'm not really going to be bashing these things. I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about them, but there is tricks and tips and everything you need to know about them. So I decided to make this video to let you know everything you need to know about these butane inserts. First off, there's different versions from other companies you can get, or there's the Zippo ones. I'm going to be mainly focusing on the Zippo ones. I'll briefly discuss some other ones just to use as reference points. But the first thing you're going to get, you can get from Zippo, you can get a single torch. I'm using this rare employees only solid sterling silver Zippo that was given to me by good friend Anthony Amato. It's pretty rare. It's a great Zippo. But I have the butane insert in it so I can keep all the silver on the inside clean. And it's great. It's great. I absolutely love this thing. For the single torches though, you're probably going to have to take these screws out and do an adjuster. I have a video on how to fix it right here. I'm not going to be going into detail how to do it. You can just watch the video. I'll put it up in the corner there. But I absolutely love the Zippo butane insert. And when I said there was other ones too, this is not Zippo, but it works basically the same. But it is the double torch. Okay, and you do not have to do the mods to the double torch, Zippo or non-Zippo. The reason for that being is, I'll actually show you. It's really just a matter of science. You see, there's two hoses, one to go to that torch and one straight up to go to that torch, right? So what happens is more fluid's always going through the two tubes, and you're not going to get choking or air pockets stuck in there as much because of the pressure opening up. The reason why most people have problems is the single flame. Everyone you talk to, you go read on Reddit, or you read on the comments in my thing, or you watch my live streams, everyone's going to tell you the same thing. The double torch runs with no issues. The only problem with the double torch is that it goes through fluid faster. You know, double the power, double the fluid. Same size tank, but double the torch, right? So you're going to go through fluid a little faster. But for as much as I use it all the time, I'm actually pretty impressed. Like, if I don't bring these out with me, I use these as table lighters at home. But when I go out, I just bring a regular Zippo with Zippo fluid in it. But these last surprisingly long, you know what I mean? You can get a few weeks if you're only using it a few times a day, a few months. Like, but I use it a lot during the day, so I only get like 4 to 5 days on a full-time use. So that's fair. But with the single torch, you can get longer fluid life with the single torch. That's why I highly like it. If you don't need a double torch, don't get the double torch, get the single torch. But the double torch is only a couple dollars more. So if you really want something that's going to work all the time, get the double torch. Something you don't have to fix, anything like that, get the Zippo double torch. I know I only have a Zorro here, but I got the Zorro because it's brass and Zippo doesn't make a brass one. But when I'm referring to the double torch, I'm referring to the Zippo double torch. It works the exact same way, and it has the same great effects and efficiency that this one has. This one's, I would say, is cheaper. I honestly would. I'd say holding this in my hand and holding an actual Zippo insert, you could just feel the difference in quality and functionality. I go with the Zippo insert. You know what? Yeah, sure, you could buy 5 of these for the same price as one of those, but you're getting the quality out of this. There's not really a big warranty on it or anything, but you are getting that great quality. So I'm definitely going to go with the Zippo butane over the Zorro. I just merely went for this because it matches my brass lighter and looks nice. That was the only reason. So don't hate on me or anything. That's why I went for it. But so now another problem you're gonna have with your butane torch, and I have it with this one sometimes too, but it's not as common as it is with this one, is bleeding. Okay, and you have to, that is when there's air trapped in your tank, you have to bleed the tank. You have to hold down the button, let the gas escape, and you can refill it. Now, I'm going to show you some things to show that you're tank needs bleeding. How do you know your tank needs bleeding? Okay, you're starting it and it's going out right away. This one's not going to do it. So like I can't get it to because I fixed this one, right? And I bled the tank and everything. So this one's running tip-top shape. So you're going to start it and it's going to sputter and it's going to go out. That's signs that there's oxygen or air, there's a bubble, some sort of thing in the tank. And because this is a single torch, unfortunately, it's not going to push itself out as easy as it will in the double torch. And another way to test this, your Zippo won't light upside down like that. It won't stay lit upside down. When you hold it upside down, it'll go out. Another sign that there's air trapped in there. And what that does is, that will, when you turn it over, that'll move the bubble into the I don't know what to call it, but the thing that pushes out the torch, and it clogs it and jams it, and it doesn't feel like any fluid is coming out, and it goes out. As you can see, my double torch too, when you light it, it stays lit upside down also. So, but when I'm using my double torch, I will notice that it does go out, and then it'll start to sputter and everything like that. It's not going to sputter here, but you'll see it. They start going. That means there's air trapped in the thing. Now, how do you fix this again? Like I said, you got to bleed it and then refill it because you're letting some pressure out, you're letting some gas out, and this butane also needs gas to push this torch, right? It's not a perfect system. It also needs pressure to push it, right? So when you're getting to the end of your Zippo, you're going to notice that the flame's going to, the end of your butane life in here, you're going to notice the flame starts dying down. Another reason and then you're going to ask yourself, how do I get air trapped into my tank? How am I trapping air into my tank? What am I doing wrong? Like, what's the problem? Well, here's the problem. You are using your butane tank until it runs out, right? You're using it and you're like, oh, it runs out. Pretend it is. It's full. It runs out. You're like, oh, it's dead. There's no more gas. So you go to fill it, right? That's what you do. That's what you would think is a normal thing to do. You would go to fill it, and you're going to notice it's not working right. You're like, why? It's because you ran it till empty. So the last push pushed air into your lines. That's what happened to your butane thing. Then you filled it. Now there's air trapped in your lines and at the hole that feeds the lines, right? So you're having problems with it. You're sputtering it. And you know what else will happen when this happens too? You will be using it. You'll get about 4 lights and you'll think it's dead. And you'll press the button down and you'll hear no gas. So you're going to think there's no gas in it, but you're going to flip it upside down and you're going to put some gas into it. You're going to see there's no more room for gas. It just pushes back out, right? Because it's full. It's because it was full of fluid now, and there was no room for pressure to push the fluid. So by putting that back in, you put pressure back in, and you'll notice right after that it will light. These are all the little ins and outs you're going to have with this. Because you're going to think your butane insert's not working right, and you're going to do you're going to do the thing where I take the governor out and put it back in, set it to a higher adjustment, and you're going to do that, and you're going to think it's working great, and it will until that runs out, and then you're going to go to fill it again, and you're going to trap air in the lines. So how do you get around this? When the flame starts getting smaller, fill it up with butane. When you notice the flames visibly getting smaller, yes, you can get another day or 2 on that smaller flame. Yes, you can. We all know. So maybe, go the rest of the day or however far along you feel like you want to go. Fill it up before you kill it. Fill it up before it gets empty. Keep it full, because when all the butane and everything's stuck in the lines and at the top where the distributor is, you can't trap air in it like that, right? It doesn't matter if there's an air bubble at the back and the bottom, because it's still going to push through, right? Eventually you will get that air bubble up there, but then you'll bleed it out and it'll be fine. So all in all, I really, really like these. I've never used a Zippo butane insert because they're fairly new. They just came out, but the first year they came out, I did not get them because I had a bad taste in my mouth from other companies' bad butane inserts, like Vector's Thunderbirds, very cheap. They have the ones with the wheel on it, not the click button, but they do have this too. But the one specifically I'm talking about, where you have to change the flints in, I had problems with them falling out. I had problems with the mechanics in there, and they ripped me off and made me spend extra money, and I still didn't even get the insert back. It was a lot I didn't like, you could say, and so I didn't want to get these because I was like, they suck. They didn't work really well. But the Zippo ones actually really do work well, and that's what I like about them. And I have to say, I got the brass because I like it and it matches my lighter, and it actually keeps my lid from moving side to side. See that? The Zorro butane inserts keep them from moving side to side there. But if you throw in a Zippo insert, they do not have the same lip. See? Look at the movement. You got the clanky lid. Now, how Zorro obtained that was I'll show you right here. How they obtained that was they raised the lip. See, the Zippo insert doesn't sit that high in there. And so now the lid snugly closes on that, and that's what keeps it. It's a pretty good little technical design. I wish Zippo would do something like that with their inserts to keep the lid from jangling, because it really seems to keep your hinge and everything straight too. That's what I really appreciate about that. So another cool little design, but I'm still going to have to say the Zippo is the winner. Just if you hold them in your hands, I know you don't have one in front of you. If you buy both of the same, hold them in your hands, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And just the way the torch works, this never sputters. It works perfect. I think the flame even looks better on there than it appears on there. And the whole functionality, and Zippo just knows how to do a cam. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But this is actually a springed cam. It's not going to focus. Eh? See that? There's a spring that feeds all the way down here that actually pushes that up. And if you want to change the battery on this, you have to take these screws out, this screw out, whole piece slides out, and there's a place to change the battery under the sparker here. So, guys, hopefully that has helped you fix everything, and that has helped you with the bleeding of the tank and understanding what you got to do to these Zippos and how everything works. And I highly recommend them, and go get them. I'm not going to be able to use these in the winter, unfortunately. I'm outside a lot in the winter, and these won't work really in the cold, especially for how cold it gets where I am. So I have to use the regular Zippo in the winter. But in the summer or as a table lighter, I absolutely love these. So if anyone wants one, I highly suggest you go get one. And I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one, guys.